I have so much to do today. So yesterday, hold on, I'm gonna plug in the good mic. So yesterday, spent the day in Prince Albert helping Sean move. That was the full day. Got back at like 10 last night. So today, just so much stuff to do around the house, like meal prep and studying. I haven't studied in a couple days, don't judge me. I wanna go climb today. So much going on, such a busy day. So starting the day right now just with some studying. I want to complete 3 chapters of review. I've done 1 chapter. It was all about like auto insurance. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't remember any of this. But yeah, so busy day today. I have done it. I have moved the allium to the front of the yard. I guess I should have filmed it out there, but I've been putting that off for like a month. I finally did it. My gosh, it's almost noon. I'm so productive right now. I'm like stressed out because I'm like, I have so much to do and I'm doing so much, but I'm also like so productive that I'm like, oh my gosh, I should just ride it out. The real question, no, I think I've answered it. I was gonna go for a run today, but it works better in my schedule to run tomorrow. Okay, we have to talk about how good this mustache looks. Come on. It looks so cool. And I think I see this video every time and I'm like, I should grow a mustache again, but then the painful process of growing it just makes me look terrible. Anyway, studying right now. So here's some live studying. Okay, so I've got my quiz. Now let's see what I can remember here. So the question, what happens if the defendant makes an offer to the plaintiff during pretrial, the plaintiff denies, and the verdict is for less than the pretrial offer of settlement? So what happens here is that the defendant can then deduct the extra amount off of the settlement amount in order off of their payment because they offered the fair amount and then the plaintiff denied it, theoretically to pursue a greater amount of financial benefit as opposed to indemnity. And so then the extra costs were incurred by the defendant after offering a fair payment, so that is deducted from what the plaintiff gets. Quick snuggle break. Staycation day 6, I think. Okay, a lot of the fun stuff I've been doing has been working in the garden, which is just like, I don't know, it's fun, but it's a lot of work. But today, I'm here for Pilates. Actually, I'm doing Barre today, which should be really fun. I like doing this stuff, but I hate being the only boy, so I'm going with a work friend, and I'm pretty excited to try. I'm doing a Costco run, but I went to the North Costco instead of the West Costco. I have no idea where anything is here. Completely lost. Some closure on the Pilates. I was the only boy again. It was lots of fun though. It was a really, really good hip workout. There was a lot on the hips. It was really good. It's like so nice out that I want to be outside, but it's also so hot outside that I'm like, oh, I don't want to be outside. But no, I just go for like a little walk and then I'll probably just sit at the computer and try to get some vlogs posted, watch some Game Changer. I'm so hooked on that show. It's just like the creative kind of creator part of my brain just is drawn to the structure in it is very obvious and yet the improv is very obvious. It's just so well kind of made. Interesting hot take here is I hate D&D shows and D&D podcasts. I just find them so boring. And like, I love to play the game, but these shows are just so boring. So it's kind of windy. I'll vlog later. Look at all the cherries on my cherry tree. Nothing like fresh garden fruit. Let's see if any of these are good to eat. Oh yeah, that one's ready. They're usually way sourer. I think these are ripe a little. That's interesting. Can't remember where I left off. Oh yeah, I was walking back from the park. I spent the afternoon sitting in front of my desk watching Game Changer episodes. I am so hooked on that show. I've watched so much of it, and I like haven't been so captivated by a show in such a long time. They're just like, I think I mentioned, but it just appeals to like the writing part of my brain, and like, oh, it's so cool, so interesting. And this is what I love about like art, particularly like TV or video medium, is that it like makes you feel like there's just opportunity in the world. Hold on, I'm gonna lay down with Felix here. So it just makes you feel like the world is this beautiful place full of adventure and opportunity, and that you can just go find ways to participate in that. Like, it's just like, that's such a beautiful thing for art to make you feel. I love you, man. I'm curious how my hips are gonna feel tomorrow after Pilates. It was like a lot of like side lying hip stuff, and I was like, I'm strong in extension and flexion, but not in like abduction or those kind of like cars movements is what they're called, or PNF movements. Made my back feel really good though. Oh my gosh, my vacation's more than halfway over already. Ah, it's flying by. It is absolutely flying by. But and this is where I feel weird about watching just so much TV. It's like there's other things I could do that would be more productive, but like, I don't know. I really like writing that like ebook earlier this year, and then like, working on that mixtape, which I intend to release, and all these things. It just like makes me think of like, man, I really love writing and I love this creative stuff. So it's just like, and to have output, you need to have input, and the more compelling the input, the more it like dials up your output. So just super captivated by it right now. Oh my gosh, I bumped into a guy I went to school with today, Robbie. We were neighbors when we were kids, and now we're about 35. And just saw him at Costco. It was so wild. But it was really cool to see him, man. It's just, he looked like he's doing really well, and filled my heart with happiness. There's a song by Watch House, I believe, called Golden Embers, and it just says like, like an old friend is gentler than you expect. And like, I think that's just like, it's interesting, because like, particularly like for people that you go through adolescence and your early adulthood and those transformative times in your life, they're very chaotic. And then everybody kind of stifles out of that later. And so like, it's just interesting that like, all the chaos of your youth kind of settles out a little bit. And I don't know. It's a weird thing for a guy with anxiety to think like that, to be like, oh man, all these things that were anxiogenic before are much calmer now. But it's so nice to see people doing well. Man, 4 more days off. I gotta make them count.